welcome to another episode of Over the Glass. I am your host, Jay.
I'm co-host Nessa.
And
today we have Elena again.
Hey.
We've been running so long, we're having guests on again.
Yep, we've got our friend Elena on, and she got to go to her first couple of NHL level games this past week. So let's just get right into it. How does it feel?
I have so many images in my head right now. I don't know where to start.
Okay, put them print them and show them to us.
I guess it's different than in the US because it was like so many people from so many different places, everyone with different jerseys on from every possible league in Europe and NHL teams, and everyone was so giddy, happy, completely happy. There was this atmosphere. I can't believe we are gonna see this. I don't know, especially in Berlin because it was a friendly game and there was no. It was such an amazing atmosphere, and then it's just another world. It's really.
So walk us through. So let's start with the preseason game. You wake up, you get some breakfast or something, and you're heading out towards the game. What is going through your mind as you're thinking, "Oh my God, I'm gonna see the Sharks in the flesh"?
I was so excited, and I was with a friend who has no interest in hockey, never seen hockey live, and she had a panic attack in the stadium when we went in because it was so loud, so many people, and she was going through really a hard time. So it was a bit like okay, calm down, let's try to. But then they came out to the ice, Reimer, Hattel, Timo Meyer, and it was like, oh my God, this
They're real.
Did you go down? Did you make it in time to go down for the warm-ups?
There was no access to the warm-ups. You couldn't get to the class. I wasn't in time for the warm-ups anyway, but it was there was a distance between the seats and the glass. In Leipzig too, in Prague too. I think that's normal in Europe.
That's unfortunate. Well, so you get there, and did they do anything? Well, I mean, I don't know if you'd be familiar what they would typically do, but what was the lead up before the puck drop? I know I messaged you while they were doing the anthems, and I'm like, that must be weird for you.
That was weird. That was really weird. Yeah. It's
what is this song?
That's something we only see in international games when the
Olympics
German team is playing or the Spanish team is playing.
Because the European teams, do they not do any anthem?
No, never.
Prior to Oh, okay, yeah, that's very.
There's only one
North
anthem.
American.
They only play the Euro.
We know why that started though.
They only play the European League, the Champions League anthem before the games.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you have ever listened to it. It's very epic. It's really nice. But it's in many European languages. There are parts in English, parts in French, parts in German. No, it's like a way to unite all the countries instead of separating them with the anthems. It's a bit. It's really different. It's something very weird, and you can see it. You can see the European people is not so sure that we really have to get.
They're like, what is going on? Yeah.
And
so
and then it was the backdrop. It was a Paralympic athlete, the one who made it in Berlin. Mm-hmm. And it started like that. No, it was that was as usual. It was so fun. I'm not sure if it was the the Sharks arena speaker. I think he was
I think
the
they-
one.
I think she
Yeah.
went on the trip too.
I was
think they
so
brought him along,
happy.
yeah.
I was so happy
Yeah.
to hear the voice. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's
Yeah.
really nice. Mm.
Official now.
Yeah. No, it was, and Berliner Eisbären, they're a good team. They're a really good team. You could see, I had only seen third league level live, no? And it's good, it's fun, but you could really see the older level of
So
of
the
hockey.
team that is in your local area, they're not in the same league?
No. Third.
Okay. So
Third
in the
league.
tiers of for Germany, the Ice Barons are in the top
The
league.
first one.
Okay.
DEL, Deutsche Eishockey League.
How many tiers are there in Germany?
I'm not sure. There's 1, 2, and the third one I think is divided in 2 groups. But I'm not really sure about it. I don't follow the German league as I follow the NHL. But there's this movement between leagues. No, that's different. It's in all sports. You have the main league, and the 2 last teams of this league can go to the second league. And the 2 first teams of the second league go up.
Yeah.
Usually
so
there
they
are
get kind of-
players,
yeah.
no?
So let's go back to they drop the puck and they're moving around and stuff. Like for you having watched your local team a few times now, right?
Yeah.
What are some things? Because I mean, you watched it on TV, but it's an entirely different experience when you're there in person.
It's
Were there
different,
some
yeah.
things you can think of that stuck out
Just
from when you watched your local team play versus having? I mean, you said that the Ice Barons are in the top tier, and then you've got the Sharks, which are part of the top league in the entire world.
just the speed essentially. No, it's much faster where I saw in Berlin, especially in Prague. In Berlin they were playing so really slow, I think. They weren't so motivated, I don't know. But it's the speed and the accuracy. I don't know how to say it. It's just,
So, well, thankfully you got to see Reimer play for like the first half. It was a little scary there for a bit where we thought we was gonna get pulled even earlier. Oh my god! Like when Elena was messaging me, and she sounded like there was gonna be a murder at the rink. When Reimer went down, Elena was just like raging.
especially because they were playing so soft. You could see there were no really hot checks or something like that. No, it was, and all of a sudden they killed my Reimer. No way.
Like Elena suddenly is like a soccer game, runs out onto the field. Just like finds her way down there. Oh yeah.
I forgot to mention I got to meet Champagne in Berlin, the writer for the Sharks, the night before, and we went for a beer, and it was so amazing to get to see someone you follow on Twitter from so far away. Just sit in Berlin with him, having a beer, talking hockey. It was really amazing. It was really nice of him to have us there. Yeah. Shout out to Champagne.
I'm just thinking of your partner as you say that, but he wasn't there though. But I was just thinking, like, if he was there, it would just be sitting there getting more beers. He doesn't know how to contribute to the conversation.
There was another guy with us from New Zealand who is a hockey player. I think he plays.
Flew in from New Zealand?
Yeah.
Did he fly in?
He lives in Berlin.
Okay.
It was it was really fun. It was so strange. New Zealander, American and Spaniard talking hockey in Berlin. It was pretty crazy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Aww.
With the fat rats from the river around us.
Was he a Sharks fan as well?
Yeah. He follows
Okay.
them. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah. He was
Shang's a popular
really
guy.
excited too.
Do you have a preference of which game you attended? Like, did you like one more than the other?
The one in Prague was the serious one, so to speak.
Right, yeah.
You could see the speed, everything. It was NHL. It was amazing. It was amazing to watch, even if.
Even if they lost.
But you went to the game where, I didn't get to watch the Friday game, but it sounded awful. But the Saturday one, in comparison to the preseason, we have to keep that in perspective, right? They're new coaches, new teammates, new system. We want them to win. Because ultimately that's like the goal in pro leagues. But compared to what we saw in preseason and then their game against the Ice Barons and then progression up to the game against the Predators, you also have to keep in mind that Predators are playoff bound.
Yeah.
So, had they looked that way against a team like us that's probably tanking, I would have felt all kinds of different emotions of embarrassment probably than, the keeping the game close. It was a 3-2 loss, right? They didn't get an empty netter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I liked the progression. Ferraro's already stepping up in his role, which I really liked. Yeah. I would prefer he don't starfish like Burns.
Did he? I wasn't able to catch a lot of the game.
He did, and I was like, no, Ferraro, don't. Just he didn't do full Burns starfish because Burns just looks like a legit starfish, but he did do the whole slide, try to cover. Yeah. And I know that defensemen do that, but Jesus,
you see it a lot more on the Sharks than any other team.
Please stop it! Please stop.
I think they had a good game. It was really better than the Friday game. The Friday game was bad, and the first period in Berlin, you just wanted to run away. They had this power play where they couldn't move around, and you just wanted.
They
to
still
jump
couldn't move the other day, but
move.
I just like to point out that their penalty kill is at 100% right now. So.
Well,
that's brilliant. Yeah.
We have never had that problem with the PK. We have had a problem staying out of the box. How many penalties were there yesterday? Or whatever
Hertel
the
had
day
one
was.
5 seconds into the game. Hertel.
Hurdle.
Oh my god. I saw the replay on that.
5 seconds out. I didn't even register it. It was okay, what's happening now?
Hurdle just didn't like his face.
He got high-sticked. He got high-sticked, and then he retaliated and high-sticked back, and then he's the one that got the penalty.
But I think he was hyper-motivated yesterday. It was clear to see. And the people went nuts. Every time Hertel touched the puck or had a face of anything, they just went nuts around me. It was so nice to see. They were so happy.
Was there? Do we know if there was anyone on the Prez who's Czech?
No one.
I don't know. The person that they kept advertising was Yossi.
It was just
he's Swiss,
Hertel and Shimmick. I learned it's Shimmick.
Yeah, Shimmick.
Because I did see
Tomasz and Shimmick.
I did see Preds jerseys in the crowd. But they were saying on the broadcast that those were probably folks who traveled also for that game.
They were all sitting together too.
Yeah,
there were lots of American people there. I don't know if just extra flown over or from over in Europe, but you could see jerseys from every team in the NHL. They were jerseys from everywhere. It was really nice.
Not enough Sharks jerseys though.
Oh yeah,
were you able to get
there were
anything?
lots.
A shirt or something?
There was
Were they selling anything, or was
they
like the
were
lines too
selling,
long?
They were.
but the lines were
Yeah.
and it's so expensive.
That's
I'm
fine.
not rich.
You'll get some soon. We'll figure out a way. Get you some.
Really, it's so. That's one huge critique I have for this thing we had in Prague, and it's how crazy expensive the tickets were. If you're trying to make new fans, you can't sell the cheapest tickets at 180 euro. It's just crazy. Just crazy.
But I would wonder what are the typical prices for
Not
their
that
local
much.
team or anything, because that might just be set by the arena. I don't know.
I don't know about Prague, but I know German sports. You can watch Champions League games for 50 euro. You can watch regular Bundesliga games for 30 euro. My third league team around the corner is 6 euro a game. I'm pretty sure it's not that expensive. And in Berlin, the tickets were 90 euro, and they were really good tickets. They weren't bad. It was okay. That they have the teams in Germany really try to get all kinds of people into the stadiums. That's why they are always full. They're always full. No,
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I wonder about that, because you're right. I mean, if you set it to even the cheapest ones are
cheapest.
still expensive.
we were skinny. There was no way to go upper, and it was 180 euros. It's hard. It's really helpful. That's why I didn't want to buy anything, because if you start to think it, we were 3 people, 180, and you have to go to Prague, you have to stay in Prague, you have to eat in Prague. All in all, it was crazy expensive, and we could afford it, but lots of people just couldn't. No, it's
Yeah.
people who maybe are interested in hockey, but not enough to spend that amount of money on a weekend. It's just crazy. And we are lucky because we live close to Prague. We didn't need to fly or something like that.
Well, we're sorry that they lost, but I mean, it was, at least you got to see the purpose of pulling the goalie.
Man.
Elena's
hate
always
it.
telling me, like, why did they do that? And I'm like trying to explain it to her, and she was like, well, this and that. And I'm like, well, the probability that they do score with extra man, you might as well do it. So
but
now,
there's-
I mean, they didn't
already
score
knows.
though, but
It's the same probability that you get a goal because there's no goalie on your goal.
no, it's
I
not
don't-
the same probability.
I want stats. I need to see stats about
Okay, well, you'll have to find those stats yourself.
it. Okay, we'll try.
But they, I mean, at least in the past when they've done that, they haven't looked that composed, which I was at least happy about.
No,
and
it
I
was-
felt that the Preds, they have a pretty good defense.
Yeah.
They were clogging up like the middle of the ice, and our shots weren't able to go through. So I mean, that was working against us. But I mean, the Sharks had almost double the shots in that game that you went to.
I don't know. I didn't
So,
see the statistics.
I think-
would have
I
liked
think
to
so.
see them. It was really
Yeah.
The
So it
feeling
wasn't
was
like-
that one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it wasn't like they weren't shooting. It's just trying to find those lanes. I mean, ultimately, they just need to figure out how to move more.
They were also much more. I felt they were much more aggressive the whole game. They had the puck a lot, and some parts of the game you had the feeling the Preds were only defending puck and trying to block, but they didn't have to. They didn't find the goal. I don't know. This is shooting
Yeah.
and shooting and shooting.
That has been a recurring problem
Yeah.
for the Sharks these past few
Without
years.
that.
But we also have to remember that at least half of the roster are new guys on the
Yeah.
team, so they
Yeah.
still need a little bit of time to build chemistry with each
Yeah.
other.
I mean, I liked what I saw. I mean, from the preseason game with the Ice Barons up to the game that the second game against the Predators, it looks like they are kind of refining, what they need to, and hopefully we see that progression continue. I mean, our next game is against the Canes, which hopefully Burns doesn't light us up like crazy.
He'll be starfishing all over the ice.
Well, that'll be fine. He can do that. But, I mean, the Canes, outside of picking up Burns, and then they picked up Pacioretty, but he's not able to play. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that they did to kind of up their...
I feel like they were pretty active in the offseason, but I can't remember any of their moves.
But I mean, either way, they got to the second round of the playoffs, I think, and they got... That's the game they went against the Rangers, and I think got knocked out. So, I mean... We're definitely between starting out against the Predators and then having to go against the Canes next.
Yes.
I mean, if we keep that game close, if not winning it, that
Yeah.
I'd be fine to have another close game and have it go either way. But I'm
not even mad about the Sharks losing this season.
Yeah.
I don't usually I'm like, no, they need to win, but this season I was just like, you know what? You guys do you. It's gonna be a deep draft, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if we have an entertaining season, I'm happy for that. If we tank, I'm also happy for that because I mean, what else are you gonna do? Because last season I was so incredibly frustrated that every time we went on the power play, I didn't even want to watch because I'm just like, can we just not go on this man advantage because it's sad. It's extra sad than just having it at full strength. It's just more sad because you have the advantage and you can't do anything.
They got to work on that this season and get a better power play, it would be already done for me. Just to be excited about the power play, not try to hide under the bed. That would be huge. Yeah.
If they can figure that out, I think they'll be in a good spot.
Oh, we definitely need to figure out the power play because if you don't have a good power play, I can't think of how or any instance where a team has gone particularly far without having some kind of that's an extra weapon in your tool shed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but it'd be pretty funny if they have one of the worst power plays and they, but
worst power play in the league, best PK in the league.
I mean, I guess there's worse instances to be in. I am better than having the worst at both.
Yeah.
All right.
Elena, have you kept in touch? Have you been keeping up with NHL news? Have you seen the Kraken's new mascot?
Oh my God! I have no words. It's stupid because I think it's something I would really like in another context. It's just funny, haha, troll, earring, this and that's funny, but. No tentacles. I don't know. It should be a
no. It's got the one tentacle.
Octopus.
He has one. He has one in his hair.
He's got a little hair extension.
Tentacle. Oh, okay. I didn't get that.
Which apparently is his souvenir from his. If it's a him.
I don't know. I'm not into mascots.
Might
so
be
anyway,
a they.
Mascots are also something weird to European people.
It's interesting because obviously they picked the troll because of the Fremont troll.
Yeah.
That landmark they have
Which
under
I
the
bursted
bridge.
Elena's bubble about the history of that.
Yeah. So I didn't know really the history about it until I was talking to Chrissy, and she was like, "Yeah, you know that they put that there because it's like anti-homeless, anti-houseless, whatever the term is nowadays." I was like, "What?" And she started explaining it to me, and I was like, "Why would they choose a mascot based off of that?" That doesn't. I mean, like I understand that it happened way back. What was it, like the 80s or whatever, 70s? I don't know. And that people now might not associate it with that, but
Yeah.
it's still
Yeah.
it's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Kraken, they've been doing so well. What happened?
Yeah. Yeah. You need to research certain things if you pick something as a symbol. I don't know. Go back a bit. Try to find out where does it come from. Yeah.
I mean, despite all that, which is kind of like my feelings of it is, if Seattle likes it, fine. It's not my mascot, and
Yeah.
but I thought it was pretty obvious what they should have chosen, but I guess not. Either way, if they have fun with it, that's fine. Yeah, the origin of it is a little. That's not good. That's not because. I mean, if you're not from Seattle, you're obviously gonna want to know why is it a troll. So it's hard not to be aware of it. So if I can't imagine that folks didn't consider that, but whatever the case may be, that's what folks are gonna find out about the origin of their mascot now. So it's whatever. It's okay.
I would rather believe it's ignorance and no blatant. I don't know.
If that helps you accept it.
Trying to believe that people are ignorant helps a lot. Choosing to believe in ignorance is sometimes really good.
So, going back to the Sharks, did you guys see this morning that they waived Arundel, which makes sense?
No,
I didn't.
Yeah,
know.
so they waived Arundel, so he's going down to the CUDA, and then they...
Well, we thought that he was originally going to be playing for the CUDA, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm just saying that that's what I saw this morning, and I'm like, okay. And then another person that they waived was VL. So...
Really?
Oh,
I mean, he's a fourth liner. We have a bunch of those.
I like him.
But
I guess I'm still getting used to the fact that we have a new coach, and so it's like, Bugner loved VL.
But that brings up the curiosity to me is, so they didn't send Bortolo and Eklund down.
Eklund. Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot could still happen between the Sharks aren't playing till, Friday? So, a lot could happen from there, but they didn't get to play any of the games out in Europe.
They so pissed off. They showed them on the Jumbotron, and they were sitting there.
But, I mean, if you're just sitting there, I would look pissed off too.
Yeah, right.
In general, just because, I'm just sitting there. But yeah, so I just found that interesting. I was expecting them to kind of go down. But the thing is, I hope that they're going to utilize them, because if you don't, then
what's the point?
Yeah, because then they're just going to sit there and then collect dust and,
Go send them to Rachel so she can develop them.
Yeah.
But it's also this feeling something new, and Jan could really try to move the things a little bit around, especially in the power plays, because it's like we have seen the same thing all the last season. They just stand around and don't know how to shoot, and maybe someone new could help. Yeah, could help dynamize the dynamics. I don't know. Yeah, I think they need something new.
I'm gonna see who they're playing after the Canes, because I don't know, maybe because we have this, going against the Predators and the Canes. Well, the game after the Canes is they're going against the Blackhawks, and then the Islanders. So I mean, not saying that that's the plan to go and swap them when they go against teams that are maybe a little more at our level of competitiveness. But I don't know. Like, if they don't, then I'm going to get a little concerned about what you're doing with them by not sending them down. Because that was one of the biggest concerns with acquiring Quinn, with what he was doing with the Rangers. Kept benching their Laferriere and Kakko. Yes. Yeah. Which are now actively in the lineup. I mean, they might not... with the Rangers, I think they're trying Kakko now with Mika and Kreider on the top line. But last season, they were mostly, I think, on the second and third lines. But when they were under Quinn, they pretty much weren't even on the roster. So, not to make any assumptions, but it's definitely in the back of my head, being a little concerned with how he's going to play those two.
Let's hope.
Yeah. Shall we talk a little bit about fantasy? Because we're drafting today, Elena.
I forgot to tell you.
Uh-oh. Don't tell me.
Amazing it was to see Jagger to the puck drop in Prague.
Oh, uh-huh.
The
Yeah.
house came down. It was amazing. That's it.
Was there...
That's it.
No, it was just amazing to see Jagger and Hertel together, and then the people went completely crazy about it. Huge standing
Well, you got to
ovation.
see your first NHL game, and then you got to see one of the legends of the game.
Jagger, 50 years old.
And probably would still... I don't know if he's still actively playing in the Europe
I think
League.
he's still playing. I think he is. He is. Let me Google it. You talk, I Google it.
Okay. Well, I don't. Well, maybe Jumbo should go out to Switzerland and kick it with the kids over in Davos.
2021 champion their first league. He played last year.
He's still playing this season? Huh.
I don't know if this season, but 21 he was the champion of the first league in the Czech Republic with the champion team. 50.
Well, good for him if they are still giving him a spot on there, because why not?
Yeah.
I mean, if the dude wants to play and he's still able to produce, I mean, it makes sense why the leagues in North America would not be actively trying to get him on the roster. But if he has an opportunity out in Europe, sure. So how do you feel about us starting fantasy soon?
I'm so tired right now. It's exciting. Let's see who we are.
Are you even going to be awake to join me? Or...
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna put the
Okay.
clock. No.
I was telling Nessa, I'm like, well, I'm not going to be surprised if you don't show. Cause,
I'm gonna try because I don't have to wake up early tomorrow, so I can.
Oh, okay. Well, tomorrow is Indigenous Peoples Day for us over here, so not that affects.
Tomorrow, do you want to know something weird, a coincidence? And I'm not sure it's a coincidence. Tomorrow is Indigenous Peoples Day, formerly known as Columbus Day in the U.S. And here in Canada, it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's weird.
I don't know how I feel about that.
But why is it tomorrow? 11?
Well,
what day is
I mean,
today?
I'm not
I
Canadian.
don't know.
Well,
'Cause
I mean, she was
it's-
referring to Canada is Thanksgiving's Day, and then tomorrow in the U.S. it's Indigenous Peoples Day.
That's a weird coincidence, yeah.
So,
No,
I don't know if it is a coincidence. I just don't like.
I mean, either
I
way,
just
they
made that
kind of.
connection.
I mean, their Thanksgiving is essentially what we do Thanksgiving for, right? Or is it different?
I think it's the same.
Okay. Well, either way, North America has
we don't have
has a messed up
Problematic.
history.
we don't have any Thanksgiving here. Obviously.
Well, I'm not going to touch
That's
on that. I'm not going to
because-
touch that. Well, you guys have something else over there.
I know where my road is. I know.
Anyway. All
No,
right.
I was wondering because Columbus Day in Spain is October the 12th, I think. I don't understand why tomorrow.
Oh, you guys have also a day where you celebrate that jackass?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wasn't he a Spaniard?
he wasn't. He was Italian
Oh.
But he was sent by the
by the
Spaniards.
Spanish kings.
I forget history. You know,
It's okay. It's not important. Yeah.
We're sorry.
Yeah, you
I
better
think
be.
you're sorry.
We hold you responsible. Just you.
Just you, Elena. All your fault.
Oh, jeez. Any other thoughts on fantasy, or do we want to move on?
I got no thoughts because I don't do that.
I'm
so.
really curious.
Maybe
about
next
it.
season you will.
I saw how passionate you were last year,
I
and
know.
I'm really looking forward to it. Let's see.
It'll be fine. It'll be fun. You're overthinking it.
No,
It'll be
it's
fine.
not overthinking. It's just it's stupid.
You're overthinking
It's-
it.
No, it's stupid when the whole action is during the night. For me, you know, if you want to follow the players in your
look at
team,
the highlights the
it's-
next day.
Yeah.
Just look at the stats. You don't have to be crazy like me and watch 3 different games in a day. That's just me being crazy.
Next level.
But if you want to get to that level of crazy, then okay. But
I need
you
to
don't have
sleep.
to.
I really need to
You don't
sleep
have
at
to.
some point.
But it is fun.
Sleep is for the weak. Just kidding.
Sleep is overrated.
But I think it is going to be fun. Just kind of keep it in your own perspective of what's obtainable, and I'm pretty excited to see what happens with Emmett's team because
Oh, yeah,
our
me too.
friend that we got to join the league, he's not going to be able to draft, so he's setting his to auto draft. So, but you can
I'm so
set.
curious about his team.
Yeah, but I'd imagine he put a bunch of Leafs on his pre-draft.
Oh yeah.
I want all
The
these
whole
Leafs.
team.
Okay,
And half,
you know what?
Half Rangers.
I'm a little concerned if he puts some of the Rangers on his pre-draft ranking.
Gonna
Watch, he
steal
steals
them
the ones
from
that we
us.
want.
Yeah. Yeah.
The auto draft stole these players.
We know who we want to have.
Yeah, we'll know who it is.
Yeah.
Anyways, it'll be fun. If you join during the draft, that'll be even more fun. But if not, then you'll wake up and see what I picked for us.
I'm gonna try. It's
Okay.
when was it again at the end? It's 4.
It's
or
at
3?
1:30 your time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right.
I would try.
Well, we'll move on. Well, I'm sure we'll have more thoughts to add to that later.
Because if you have to go, I'd rather start talking about Interview with the Vampire.
Oh,
since we
yeah.
watched it with you.
We can talk about that.
Yeah.
So-
we can do that.
So I watched it again
The first
just
one.
because I was telling.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I haven't watched the the second episode. I was really tempted to, but I was like, no, I want to watch it with everybody.
Thank you.
So, oh, yeah. But yeah, we should talk later about, so tomorrow, since it's a holiday here, I don't have work, so if you...
Me neither.
Yeah. So if you want to coordinate with us to figuring out a time, maybe tomorrow if you're available, our feelings on the first episode, because
it was very gay, and that's what we want to talk about.
All the gays.
Yeah.
So gay.
Feelings.
But
Gay happiness.
So I have not read any of the books, and I think Nessa is also in the same situation. But you were saying that you were...
I read
well,
the books.
ultimately, you're okay with them changing it, but you initially said it didn't go by what the books did.
The whole Louis' story is completely different. It's completely different, but it has sense because they have also changed the character. It's not that he was a slave owner in the books. Louis or Louis, oder?
Louis.
Yeah, Louis.
He was a slave owner in the books?
In the movie too. Yeah, he's got a plantation.
No, he was a pimp.
No, not in this one. Not in the one with Ho.
In the show.
Yeah, in the show. But in the old movie and in the books, he's a slave owner.
Oh, there was another one? Okay.
Wait, what?
Sacrilege!
There's an old movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't keep up with these vampire shows.
with-
books,
No, we're
things.
talking about the one with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise.
And Tom Cruise.
Wait, have you not
Kissed
seen
and
that one?
danced?
Me? No, I haven't. You guys.
Oh my God, Elena! Whoa! We cannot go any
Maybe-
further with this show. Nessa needs to watch that one.
We should start with the
Oh my
movie.
Oh,
I didn't even know there was a movie.
No, the whole first 5 minutes is a linking to the movie.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
journalist,
Yeah.
that's him 30 years later
Yet I love that.
from
thing,
where
no?
that
Yeah.
first movie.
Oh.
Yeah, and you already saw the first episode, so it's not really a spoiler. When he says, like, oh, from the last time, and he shows him his neck, that's because at the ending of the movie, he had an incident.
Yeah.
That's why he never...
See, now I don't have to watch it.
No, you need to watch the whole thing, because that's why Elena's comparing it to the movie was more
Yeah.
on par with the books, versus the show, it changes it a bit. But, I mean, I feel like it's still... he found himself in that depression state,
Yeah. Because of the
and
death
that's
of
when he
yeah.
became vulnerable and got turned into a vampire.
In the old books, it's because his wife dies, and here's because his brother dies. No, they changed that too.
And that was
Which is
because of
irrelevant.
the plague that they had, right? Or no, the plague. Was it the plague or the plague?
It was the plague, but the plague was less that.
The plague with this or without this?
Yeah, that plague.
So it was the plague.
Okay.
That.
Okay.
I don't remember. I've read the book ages ago. I should go back to the book. Anyway, the movie kind of erased all the gay, because the books they are pretty. There are hints, but it's not so obvious. Or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is obvious.
And now
but
they
there's
brought all the gay.
No. And the movie erased it.
Maybe too much gay.
Oh,
Now there's
never
gay.
enough. Never enough gay. Give more gay.
I think I'm confusing the things with the books and the movie. I'm not sure, because the
I don't know.
journalist.
Maybe we should watch the movie tomorrow.
No, we're gonna have to watch the movie tomorrow. No, the show is on pause until Nessa watches the movie.
I didn't know.
Cannot
You
move
guys
forward.
could have could have brought up.
Oh
the
my
fact that
gosh,
there was a movie.
I assumed Nessa.
You assumed incorrectly. When did this movie come out?
It's like the 90s, right?
90s. The
Okay,
90s.
I was a child.
Well, that's no excuse.
I have watched it as an adult.
Out of the womb, we'll watch Vampire. Yeah, I think it was like late 90s, I want to say. Mid to late 90s when
I'm
the
not
Vampire
sure.
movie
I
came
don't
out.
know.
But either way, no, yeah, we're watching the movie tomorrow.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Tomorrow.
Womp.
Oh, wait. Tomorrow. Okay.
1,000%.
Mm.
My favorite part is
Of the show?
of the show. And maybe Elena can elaborate on this is Lestat's powers,
Oh,
how
yeah.
he would pause time. Does
That's
that link
very
up
cool.
with the books?
No.
And because he didn't really do that in the movie.
No, in the books neither. The thing is...
Oh, he doesn't do it in the books?
No, but
Okay.
Is he able to move fast in the books?
Yeah.
though? Like, does he
Yeah,
have super
yeah,
speed?
they
I
have
think
super
in
speed.
general,
I think
the
maybe that's
I
vampires
just-
don't think
would
they
do
can.
that.
They can't stop time, but they can move so fast that it is as if they were stopping time. And maybe that
Right.
was just a way to show it.
But it wouldn't
I don't know.
Yeah, but it wouldn't explain why Louis would be able to see him.
Maybe because he's got him in a trance.
moving.
He had already been
Oh,
bitten. Hadn't he been bitten?
Not at
Right.
the moments he was
No.
doing all that.
Because if I don't remember.
Because at the poker table, he hadn't been bitten yet.
Oh, okay. But he gets into his mind. But
Yeah.
Lestat becomes more and more powerful during the
It's
books.
the gay
No?
that he's. It's the special gay power that he has. only the ones in the community can speak to each other.
And stop time.
Yes.
The power.
Anyway, that was my favorite moments when he would do that.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the one at the dining table with Louis' brother.
Brother?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Where he was like,
Character.
oh my gosh.
Don't talk to me about God.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part, which actually caught me off guard, but it was actually really funny afterwards, was the scene in the church where he stops time and he's chasing out. No spoilers for anyone who
That was
wants
I
to
was-
watch, but
fucking.
Oh, that's so funny. Like, bro, don't even try. You're gone, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm really
good stuff.
curious how it goes further. About Louis. Louis always was the sentimental one and didn't want to kill and feels guilty because he has to kill. And I wonder if they are going to keep that way or if they are going to change it. Well, Lestat is the more. Lestat has no remorse. No, he knows what he has to do, but Louis is always there.
Is it airing one episode a week right now? Right.
But-
So
So you're gonna have to wait.
We have to watch the movie.
we'll have
Do it the old-fashioned
Oh my
way.
We'll have 2 next week because we need to watch the movie tomorrow.
Dude, I have to catch up on. I've been watching Only Murders in the Building with my roommate before I left, and I wasn't planning on being gone for 2 months, so we have to catch up on
What
the
is
last
that?
few episodes. Only Murders in the Building. It's
The one
it's
with
a murder mystery comedy.
Selena
Gomez,
Oh.
Steve Martin Short. Yeah, it's really good. It's funny, but also like the mystery behind it it's fun. It's a fun one. Also, there's slightly some queer representation in there too, but I don't know how I feel about it. I have to finish watching it.
Speaking of queer representation, that Rose movie.
Oh, I
Oh, have you watched
No.
it?
No,
want to.
I heard some things, and then I also read that they kind of lean a little into some stereotypes, which is a little. I mean, I'm still gonna watch it, but that's really unfortunate that they have that bit of toxicity in there with the queer community. So, either way, okay.
It's not even a movie that I was planning on watching. It doesn't
I'm
appeal
curious about it, but it's written by queer people.
Yeah.
All actors are queer. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would like to think that if they play into the stereotypes, it's like a kind of in a joke, no, like something for the community, like some kind of inside, not inner, inside joke. I don't know. That's
the examples that I saw was like how they leaned into the stereotype of jocks, and I mean, it's not for somebody who doesn't fit into certain boxes within the community. That's kind of what I mean. Like they're leaning on things that some folks in the queer community would be fine with because they align within those boxes, but it's not good for growth within the community. And it's a little unfortunate if, because it's written by queer people, that they can't expand past that. So, but mostly I caught interest in it because of that tweet.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, they were mentioning how there's like some hockey related storyline in there or something. So other than that, yeah. So other than that, it wasn't really at the top of my list. So, but so we're a little
Only Murders in the Building. You should watch it.
Okay. Add that to the long growing list after Vampires.
It's on Hulu. And they're short episodes. They're like 30 minutes, I think.
And also that I forgot to mention that I met with Mio in Prague. That was really amazing. Mio, talking about the Canucks, no? She made that amazing jersey for the Canucks. Wander around a bit, and we had a coffee. Really nice, really interesting. Yeah, she had her markers ready and her little sketchbook, and it's really, really fine, really nice woman. I love meeting her.
I love the sound effects.
And we'll look forward to the upcoming Canes game with the Sharks, the upcoming movie viewing, so Nessa can get up to speed with Interviewing Vampire. And I'm sure we're gonna have tons of fun with Elena's first season with fantasy. So,
and then we have another interview next week.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we're gonna have Brock McGillis on.
McGillis.
That's
Pew pew pew.
That's so cool.
Okay, and with that, I am your host, Jay.
Co-host Nessa. This is Elena.
Bye,
Thanks for coming on.
Bye.
Again.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.